All right, so step 4 of the home buying process is honestly, it's the boring stuff. It's appraisal and underwriting. This is like basically the due diligence time frame in the process. Your lender is doing due diligence for the information you gave them regarding your finances and doing what we call underwriting, which is basically just fact checking. I'm bored. I'm boring myself. Okay. They're going to scrutinize your tax returns. They're going to verify your income. They're going to do another credit check, look closer at your debt to income ratio, and just make sure everything checks out and that everything meets the guidelines of the type of loan they're giving you. With good lenders, if they gave you a pre-qual letter, they're going to be pretty certain that there's not going to be an issue during underwriting. But every now and then something comes up and they basically have to get the file completely squared away to issue you what they call a clear to close or a final approval. So this usually doesn't happen until later in the process, and that's why in step 1, when you're doing your pre-qual, you want to make sure you're working with a good and reputable lender who's going to do some due diligence during the pre-qualification process so that during underwriting there's not going to be any surprises. And then your lender is also doing due diligence by sending out an appraiser to make sure that the house can be justified by recent comparable sales, that the price point is justifiable based on those sales, because ultimately they're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about, if you don't make your payments and they get stuck with this property, are they going to be able to sell it? But yes, it's nice for you that they're making sure that you're getting a good enough deal on the property, but really understand their true motive. But it's fine and everyone wins in the end. And also the appraiser is there to make sure that the house meets the minimum standards for the type of loan you're using. So if you're using a conventional loan, there may not be very rigorous standards, but if you're using an FHA or VA loan, the house has to meet those standards. And if it doesn't, the appraiser might say, hey, we met value, but you need to repair this and repair that. Then the appraiser will come out again, double check them, say, okay, we're all clear. And then you'll be able to move on to step 5, which is closing and taking possession. And we'll talk about that in the next video. Sean's mind is gone. It's gone. He's just so bored.